Look how sick and delusional they are from the administration and the courts. Now the police sends me. They would make how do you say? Do research against me for misuse of emergency calls on the 28th. That was Saturday. I'm in communication with them since 2009 because they kept attacking me, and they are lying at the how do you say, the where the police have their seats. They are lying there, so therefore if I need to talk to the police, I call at the 001 because they have a magnetophone, so they record what someone says and they can turn around. And now they pretend they would do whatever against me. I would do misuse of emergency calls, which is not true. That's just the case if you pretend something bad would have happened that hasn't happened, and they would go out to whatever, you know. So here the court, administrative court from Freiburg, they sent me this letter, like trying to threaten me, because that was the thing when they took me in without legal reason in near to Constance, and they kept me 3 weeks. Was against the law, and they are like now trying to put pressure on me, like arguing. Look what they sent me here. Like arguing, oh, you see, you're also something, and I'm also nothing, and I would be so unsuccessful, and they would have a right to attack me from part of the state, because that would be what the natural societal truth would be about my person. So they would have the right to echo that from the side of the state. Whereas the opposite is the case, that they are just pretending it would be that way, and it's not that way. And so they are putting bad influence on whatever my issues are, and just because they are delusional and full of hate. So here, this man, he was threatening me. He would want to take me in. I would have to pay $60 for pretending I would have to pay costs of court, which I don't have to pay because I had how do you say, ask for getting help for getting a lawyer, so they paid because I don't have the money to pay a lawyer. And then they just knocked it down without any reason, against the law, because they are obliged to pay me a lawyer so that I can get my rights fought through in the court. And now he sends me 2 of these papers that he would just let register it under my name at the court, that I would owe this money that I don't owe, just to put pressure on me and whatever, you know, because they just don't want to admit that I have qualifications that are worth money, and that I'm successful, or that I had success, or whatever. They just don't want to admit it, and they are trying to prove the opposite, and they are completely behaving like fools, and they are delusional, and therefore they will not give up their behavior even though they get proof of the opposite.